Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches and welcome to my channel. Today I have a pile of stuff to show you guys. I was making a list of things that I wanted to make in 2026. And this is a project that I've been wanting to make since it came out. Maybe it came out like 2 or 3 years ago. It's a Lori Holt pattern, and I'm not a huge fan of like some of her books and stuff like that, but she came out with a pattern a couple of years ago, some templates that I really wanted to make. And I knew at the time I wanted to make them with Civil War fabrics. And I don't like her method of applique, if I can say. It's not for me. It's not something that I enjoy, okay? So I have been trying to figure out a way that I could do it without your standard needle turn. I was just at a crossroads. And then doing my Fields of Flowers sew along with the Intrepid thread. She introduced me to a product. So I did one applique with it and fell in love with it. I just absolutely fell in love with it. I can do hand applique. It's not needle turn, but it is really fun and makes more sense to my little brain. So what project am I talking about? I am talking about the Prairie Meadow right here. I have been wanting this. I love this, and I think it would look so good with my Civil War fabrics. There it is right there. I actually bought the templates when they first came out because I really wanted to make it. So I finally just broke down and bought the stuff that I needed to really give this project a little bit of, to make it a little bit more fun, I should say. Okay, sorry, I'm stressed out. I forgot to close my curtain, so y'all see all my junk back there. Anyway, so I have a ton of Civil War fabrics. Some of it I bought way back in the day with my mom. Some of it is things that I bought when we lived in Tennessee. We lived in a small town called Franklin, Tennessee. It's not so small really, but it's this cute little town. And it's not little. I don't know why I keep saying little, but anyway, we lived in Franklin, Tennessee, and they had the best quilt store. It was a small store. It was downtown. I absolutely loved it. And it was close to downtown, I should say. And they sold scrap bags. And if you were here before, my very first quilt video that I made shows a scrap quilt that I started. In fact, the bucket is back there somewhere where I need to finish it. With the scraps that I bought, because in the scraps they always had piece blocks from their classes. So I have a ton of scraps from them. I have some fat quarters, some quarter yards from my mom and I when we stocked up, when we bought some. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I went through my scraps and kind of started figuring out what I'm going to do. I have this little stack right here. It's not a lot. I'm going to need to cut some more. This is what I'm going to begin with. These are all of my shirtings and type fabrics, and I'm going to use this for my background. I'm going to piece it. At first I didn't want to, but I have all of these and I thought, why not? So I'm going to use these for my piecing. And then I found this great stack of, I think they're about some are 3, some are 2.5, but you can see the border around the quilt uses 2.5, and I think that's a 4.5-inch square. So I have a bunch of those to start with. So that's what I'm going to do. So what I did was I went on Lori Holt's blog and I downloaded the sewing guide. And I went on her blog and I wrote down every piece that was used and how many you needed. And then I put a picture of the block right here. This is a notes page that's when you download the sewing guide. It comes with a couple of these, and I just did this in GoodNotes. So anyway, so this is my instructions and my guide for the first block. Now, what am I going to use to applique it? So I am going to use, this is what Julie at the Intrepid Thread is applique paper. Now this is pretty cool. It dissolves, semi-water soluble, But you iron it on. So you cut your design out, you iron it on, and then you fold it over. And you can do one of two methods. You could either use the starch method, or you can use a glue stick, which Julie used a glue stick. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, because starch is liquid and it may actually start to dissolve some of this, which I don't want to do. So basically you can use it for English paper piecing, foundation piecing, whatever you want. And then when you wash it, it just really, really softens up, and eventually, I think it just eventually dissolves the more you wash it. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use this right here. I'm also going to try the Jillily method, and that is this right here. They're basically heavy pieces of parchment paper. So I'm going to do this because I know when I make stuff with, not parchment paper, freezer paper, sorry about that. I know when I make things with freezer paper, you can iron it so many times and it loses its stick, whatever, because this, you iron on, you cut your 1/4 inch around, and then you use starch. And you iron the starch around, and then you can pull this out. And so you can use it several times. Whereas this stays in. So this right here, this stays in, this you remove it. So I'm going to try both methods and see which one I like. So what I did when I ordered this paper, I also got the little kit, which comes with, and I'm going to link her products down below. I'm going to link everything down below. A pack of these polka dots. I already have a pack. This is the pack I already have. It comes with another thing, and I don't remember how much this was. I'll put a price somewhere. It comes with the glue. This is for glue basting your shapes onto your background. A little starch brush. It comes with this little poker tool. She calls it a quilter's digit, you know, to fold your fabric over when it's wet so you don't burn yourself with your iron. It comes with some bow and applique needles, so I'm interested to try those. And then this is mine right here. This is what you need for almost every Lori Holt flower block, and that is the 1/4 inch bias tape maker. So I actually have 2 of these. So this one is going to stay in this little box with all of my applique stuff. And anyway, so I'm hoping to get started soon. It's Thanksgiving week. My husband's at a board meeting right now. So I am making this video. I'm also going to make another video, which you guys will see later on. But anyway, so that is those are my plans. That's what I hope to do. So let me show you my fabric. I have, like I said, not a ton. And a lot of what I have is old vintage reproduction fabric. I say that a lot. So this is a piece I found. Now, some of it may not be actual reproduction, but it reads reproduction to me. So this is my box of scraps. These are all scraps. There's some small scraps. There's a chunk of reds I found that I might be able to use for the binding, if I ever get to that point. You can say it says Dear Jane. I gave up on Dear Jane. I might pick it up later on, but for now, Dear Jane is in retirement. My mom and I had started it together years ago, and I think she was doing like the odd number. I was doing the even number blocks. We were going to make one quilt. Mine were going to be red based. Hers were going to be blue based. We each made 3 blocks, and that's it. And I found hers right after she passed away, but I can't locate them now, so I don't know what box of hers they might be in. Anyway. And then this is my box of fabrics right here. So I have a good bit of fabric. I think I should be able to make it like I want to. So anyway, that is my plan. That's my plan with this quilt. Hopefully I can get it started soon and get some blocks cut, the backgrounds cut, and maybe get some pieces done and see how well I like that applique method. I might just wait until my husband goes back to school next week when I have a little bit of quiet time. You know, and after the rush of Thanksgiving and all that stuff is over with. So anyway, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys, my new project. Hopefully in about a week or 2, I can get together my 2026 plans and share that with you guys. I know a lot of people like that kind of stuff, and I enjoy it. I enjoy watching people's plans, whether it's crochet, quilting, cross stitch, embroidery, whatever it is. I love that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to make my video soon talking about what I plan on doing for the year. But anyway, but until then, I will see you guys soon. Lord willing. Happy stitching, everybody. Bye-bye.